Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Night Moves pinball restoration. I thought I'd show where I'm up to. There's been quite a bit of work on the base of the cabinet and show you a quick look around the state of the room I'm working on the game in at the moment. So as you can see on top of my Paragon, there's been a bit of a change. Still some of the circuit boards, I'm right in the middle of working on those, doing the grounding mods and putting those back in. I've also been stripping parts off the playfield, so that's a tub of stuff. I think that's underside of the playfield, that needs to get cleaned and then go in the tumbler. You still see most of the boards. Up the back here are some of the bits and pieces off the bottom of the playfield. Some relays, that on the top of there is the main display board, and that's a lamp board over the back. Right at the back, you can't really see them, are the plastics, and then various other little bits, flipper bats, bushings, all the posts. So the top of the playfield, which I'll show in a bit, is pretty much completely stripped apart from all the metal ball guides. And I've started on most of the major mechanisms on the underneath the playfield. So in this box here is metal, lots of bits of metal. Again, all needs cleaning, tumbling, polishing up, and that'll be ready to go back on, but that's literally just been taken off. You can see down here the sort of top section of the cabinet still waiting to go on, and then if we pan into the rest of the room, the desk's a bit of a mess at the moment. So various soldering implements and wire, lots of different screws. So what I'm actually working on at the moment is down here. So the cabinet, the bottom piece of the cabinet, I touched up with paint, so that's all been redone. All the black metal bits, so the carriage bolts and some of the brackets, they've all been repainted. Coin door surround repainted. I've still got a bit of work done on the actual coin door itself. That had a bit of rust bubbling through, so I've got to do some work there. But as you can see, things have started going back inside. So all of this came out. I can't remember if I showed in the last video. Was cleaned up, the loom, the boards, the speakers, all the little PCBs, and I've basically started putting it all back together. Spin around, all nice and clean, and you can see I've started doing the ground mods. So this one here is the 5-volt supply. That's got its ground mod wire in, and they'll all be attached. So in the bottom here is the transformer panel, and just there is where we can attach all the grounds to. The transformer panel itself is all cleaned up as well, as much as I'm going to clean it up. The actual transformer block itself is still a bit dirty, but it's clean enough. The actual metal chassis though, that got, it's difficult to tell in this light, that was really in a bad state. I'll try and post a picture on the Pinball Info forum. But that, I stripped it down and basically polished it all up with a sander and then cleaned it up with some wet and dry. So that's all gone back on. That's ready to go back in the game. Speakers have started going back in, and I'm just working my way through the different PCBs, doing the ground mods, then putting them back in. And that's it for the cabinet at this time. Like I say, I've also started some work on the playfield, so let's go and have a look at that. So here's the Night Moves playfield. As you can see, most of the stuff has been taken off the top side. I've got to do the pop bumpers still. They're completely wired in. There's no easy way to get them out, so I think I have to chop some wires to remove them and then resolder them in. If we have a quick close up, it's dirty still. I've not done any cleaning on this. It's going to need cleaning, and at the moment all the metal ball guides are still in. I'm debating whether I want to try and remove those and clean them up, or just clean them up in situ. At the moment I'm thinking do it in situ just to save damaging anything when I try and get them out, but we'll see. I'll make a decision on that later. The actual playfield though, I mean, when it's clean I think it's going to look really, really good. There's no real wear. I think I mentioned before the playfield looked in really good shape, and now that I've stripped all the bits off it, yeah, just with a bit of clean and wax, I think it's going to come out really nicely. Once I've figured out getting the pop bumpers off, that's the last of the major mechanisms. Most of the other stuff though, I've already started stripping off the back. So I'll spin the playfield around and we can have a look at what it looks like on the other side. So this is the underside of the playfield, and as you can see, a lot of the major mechanisms have gone. Most of the flipper mechanisms, all the metal that was in the box that I showed earlier, and the trough mechanism, the display obviously, and the lamp board that go up the middle. I've undone all the switches. They're hanging inside at the moment just so I can get to the top of the playfield. I'm not catching on things. But yeah, like I say, the only major mechanism still to strip down are the pop bumpers, just there and there, and I just need to start chopping some wires out, but I'm concentrating on the cabinet at the moment. But again, underneath it looks in really good shape. It'll clean up quite nicely. Once I've got the major stuff off, it's then a case of deciding whether I want to get the whole hog, strip the loom off, do all the switches, etc., or whether they're good enough. I'll need to have a proper look at that and make a decision. The other thing I need to do, so I've got to find them on the loom, is do the grounding mods for the playfield, which are here. So I've already started doing these on the transformer chassis and inside the cabinet, replacing these connectors with crimp ring terminals, just to give a better contact, so I can remove the board. That's one of the recommended grounding mods. I need to do it on this one as well still. But just over there is the playfield glass. Looks in pretty good shape. I'm not decided whether I need to do much with that yet. I'll give it a proper inspection and decide if there's any work required. But as you can see, coming along nicely. I'll get the cabinet back together fully is the first job, and then I can focus fully on finishing off the playfield. So hopefully we'll be seeing this coming back together quite soon. Thanks for watching, and see you in another video.